Hi, my name is Ava, and today I'm going to talk about how social media leads people to shop above their means. Social media leads us to see things that we wouldn't usually see in our day-to-day lives. For example, if you're middle class or lower class, you wouldn't see someone walking around with a Birkin, or you wouldn't see their mansion, or you wouldn't see their walk-in closet that's the size of a bedroom filled with tons and tons of name brands. But we see that because we're on social media. Social media makes us compare ourselves to others more than we usually would. And it is normal to compare yourself to others, but at the same time, social media just makes it worse because the whole point is that you're showing the highlights of your life and you're showing yourself looking the best. But in real life, sometimes you're walking around and you don't look amazing. Sometimes you do look good. It's just like on social media, you only look perfect. But when someone sees you in real life, they realize that you're a human and you can't look perfect every single day. This comparison often leads many people to shop outside of their means. Most people want to be like the people that they follow, or sometimes they idolize them. And so if they see their favorite influencer wearing a Birkin bag, or they see them wearing a whole Gucci outfit, they're gonna want to be like that too. And when you don't have the money for that, a lot of people will shop outside of their means. So just because you have enough money to buy a Gucci bag doesn't mean that it's financially smart, and a lot of people don't take that into account. So why do people like luxury items so much? Luxury is so sought after because it gives you a status. If you're wearing a luxury item, it shows that you have money. People automatically assume that you are well off and you have a good amount of money if you're wearing a really expensive piece of clothing, even though that's not always the truth. There are many people who buy luxury items when they really don't have enough money for that, and they'll spend all their paycheck on this item just so they can seem like they have money to show other people that they have that status. People often tend to shop out of their means because of jealousy or other negative feelings, and this just happens when they see other people with those luxury goods and they wish to be like them, but they realize that they don't really have the money to afford that lifestyle, so then they just buy one or two pieces so that they can kind of fake as if they were in that scene. And sometimes I catch myself like this too, where I'll see girls wearing like their YSL bags or just a really expensive bag for a girl my age to have, and I get jealous because I want that too, but I'm not gonna go and try to save up and buy one of those bags when that doesn't really make sense for where I'm at in my life right now. And I know that I'll be able to do that later in my life. But you just have to try not to let that jealousy get to you and make bad financial decisions. There are also levels to luxury. So depending on the person, luxury can mean buying a $60 t-shirt or buying a $10,000 handbag. Some things can seem like luxury to other people, and this happens to me a lot, especially online, where I see people shopping at these stores that I wish I could shop at, but I know I don't have the money for that. And I know it's not extremely expensive to where I don't think it deserves that price, but I also understand that I can't afford that right now. So the items don't have to be extremely expensive to show status, but it just has to be something that's more expensive than the average person can afford to buy. Just because something has a higher price tag does not mean that it's better quality. This is only true for the things that are slightly above the lower prices. So it makes sense when something's a few more dollars extra, but it doesn't make sense when something is extremely expensive. This is very true when it comes to handbags, where if you buy a $10 purse, it's going to be cheap. It's not going to last you long. But if you buy maybe a $300 purse, it's going to last you a long time. But then once you start getting up to the thousands, your $10,000 bags, your $20,000 bags, the quality is not going to get higher and higher. The quality has a ceiling to where once you hit that, the price is just going up just because you're paying for the brand. And this is also something that I've learned in marketing, where people strategically place prices not too low, because if your price is too low, people assume that there's something wrong with the product and that it's going to be bad quality. But if you place it a little bit higher, then people think that it's better quality, and that's not always true. But with that higher price tag, they just automatically assume it must be better quality because it has a higher price. Now, something I have been seeing a lot is quiet luxury. I have been seeing this on social media where people will tell you its definition and how to achieve that look. So quiet luxury is when people who have a good amount of money buy luxury brands that only other rich people know about. That might be a little confusing, but these are just brands where the average person doesn't know about it, and it doesn't have the brand name on it, so you can't just look it up. But if you have money, you see that item and you know that it's really expensive and that that other person has money too. And when I first saw these videos, I thought I was getting insider tips on what I should do after I become rich. But I heard other people's takes and I started to realize that there is something a little bit deeper to this trend. There has been an influx of people, especially people of color, getting rich and getting more money due to social media and just their various endeavors on social media. So the luxury items have been more accessible to them. And now quiet luxury is sort of a way where the people who have already been rich can take back that status. So now I've seen a lot of rhetoric where people are saying that even brands like Gucci, that's boring, it's basic, it's trashy, and it's not luxury anymore, even though it still has that luxury price tag. So it's getting to the point where the regular brands that even the poor people know about, that's not luxury anymore because so many people know about it. So the quiet luxury is the brands that people don't know about and you only know about it when you're already rich. So it's just another thing to separate the rich from the regular people. And I know that not all of it is bad, but that is the impact of this trend. The easiest way to get yourself trapped in the cycle of jealousy and just wanting a luxury lifestyle is by following too many creators that live this opulent lifestyle. Because most people don't live like this, and if you're following a bunch of people like this, it can kind of trick your brain into thinking that everyone is like that except for you. And that's not true. So you just need to follow normal people. I see a lot of people making videos just showing their lives, doing a normal job, making a normal amount of money, being middle class. And I understand that sometimes that's boring and you want to see other people do amazing things. But the problem is when your whole entire feed has all these people living luxury lifestyles and you can't live that way right now. It just creates a very toxic place because it tricks you into believing that everyone else lives like that. I only follow one person that lives a luxurious lifestyle, or at least shows it. I do understand that a lot of people I follow have way more money than I do, but they don't really show that part of their life. I try not to follow people like that because I know that I get jealous and I know that that's how I want to live, but I can't do that right now. So why would I constantly show myself those things that I want, but I can't have? It's also important to note that not everything on social media is real. There are a good amount of people that have a crazy amount of money and are living these amazing lifestyles, but there are some people who are just faking it. And I've seen this a lot where people will show their fancy cars and how it's so expensive and it's so new and it's so nice, but then you realize that the car is a rental. And that's okay if you're just renting that car, but the problem is when you're lying to everyone on social media saying that you own that when it's not actually yours. That's also something that you need to think about. Something that I do when I see girls that are so pretty to me and that make me jealous, I always tell myself that they're fake. Or I tell myself that they face-tuned it, that they're blurring something out. I just tell myself that it's not real because it's on social media. And these girls might be real. They might look exactly like that in real life, but I don't know them. So I tell myself that it's completely fake and it doesn't matter because I'm real and they're the fake ones. So maybe try to do that when it comes to luxury. Always come in with the mindset that these people aren't real. That's not their money and they're just faking it for you. And it will probably make you feel better about yourself if you think that everyone's just faking their lifestyle and that they don't actually have all those cool fun things. You also need to realize that you are being influenced. These people who live these lifestyles are making money off of it. Their whole job is to make money off of showing you how they have so much money. So you need to remember that they're trying to sell this lifestyle to you. They're not just showing you because they're your bestie. They're showing you because they want you to buy these things too, even if you don't have the money for it. You just need to make sure that you're not being influenced too much. Because I know that not everyone likes luxury fashion, yet everyone seems to love it. So you have to think about it. Do you actually like this fashion, or does everyone around you just seem to have it so you want it too? Because for me, I am someone who likes fashion, so I like these luxury things just because I like the way it looks. It's not really about the brand. It's not about how much it costs. I just like how it looks. But for other people, they don't really care about the fashion. They just like how it has the name brand and how that brand gets them treated by others. So you have to do a little bit of self-reflection and decide what side you're on. And if you're like me, who's someone who can't necessarily afford luxury, but likes that type of fashion, maybe just try to buy a step down. Instead of buying a Gucci bag, buy a Coach purse. It's still nice. It's probably way more in your price range, and you can work your way up from there. Doesn't mean you have to buy those things forever, but as of right now, when you don't have the money for those things, don't get them. Just wait until you can. Even if you can afford these status symbols, you're purchasing them at the cost of delaying your financial independence. Especially if you're someone that's in their teens or in their 20s, this is our time to save up so that you can become financially independent and become wealthy enough to afford these without having them hurt you. Social media just shows us that there's so many things that other people have that we don't have. Some people spend $10,000 a month just on their personal maintenance, and not everyone can afford that, and that's okay. But the thing is, with those people, they're not even feeling that money. So you need to realize that when you go out and buy this expensive bag, just because you have the money to afford it, you felt that cost. You need to wait until you have enough money to where you can go buy a handbag, and it doesn't matter. You didn't even notice the money coming out of your bank account. The key is to become financially independent and financially knowledgeable before you start making these large purchases, because a lot of the times luxury is an investment and people don't really understand the terms of that. So once you get your knowledge up and you understand these things and you get what that means for your life and for your financials, then think about those luxury purchases. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below what luxury item you want. If I was gonna comment, I want this bag. It's not even luxury, but I want this bag. It's like a tote bag, but it's a puffer jacket bag. I'll put a picture up, and I just love it. It is so cute and so pretty. It's not even that expensive, but I know, see, it's one of those things, I know I could buy it right now, but it wouldn't be smart, so I'm not going to. But anyways, leave your comments down below, and thanks for watching. Bye. That's too pretty on social media. Why would you do that? A day in my life as, what's the name of that? I don't know. Luxury lines, because that's what am I even talking about?